What is going on, everyone? Steve-O Supremo here, and I am just another game collector. And today we are joined by my daughter's favorite stuffed animal again, Chocolate here. She wanted her rabbit to be in another video, so I said, sure, Chocolate can be in this one. But as you guys know, yesterday the Switch 2 was revealed. I did a video on my main channel talking about the reveal itself and how I felt about the console reveal. And how sadly, I mean, I'm super stoked for the Switch. We love the Switch in this household. But just the console reveal itself was a tad bit underwhelming. You know, I wasn't a person who was actually keeping up with any of the leaks, so everything was a surprise for me. But just the fact that it kind of looks like the Switch again was just kind of bittersweet, you know. It seems like the end of an era where we're getting these nice new console renovations and just seeing the differences that are going to be the leaps and bounds between even the looks of a console. So if the Switch is the thing from here on out, it's probably just going to be like a new tablet form coming out every 5 to 10 years now, and that could be how it is until, which I theorized in my video, that I think eventually they're going to dip into the VR market and Nintendo's going to have these headsets. That's going to be their next big innovation. So we'll see. But in this video, I wanted to talk about the games that I will be looking forward to and the most excited about when the Switch 2 comes out. I'm looking forward to seeing these franchises on the Switch 2 to see how it can really push the hardware and push this stuff like leaps forward. I just cannot wait to see like Switch games, Nintendo games in at least PS4 quality. I know it's kind of sad to think about PS4 quality, but PS4 quality is really, really good. So I'm looking forward to see what Nintendo can do with some of these franchises. And I got some sleeper franchises on the bottom, but of course, we're going to have the heavy hitters on the top. The Metroid franchise being one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's in my top 5 franchises of all time. It's either number 1 or 2. And of course, we got Metroid Prime 4, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing with Metroid Prime. But I also have Dread here, just because I love the 2D Metroids. I'm actually playing through Super Metroid again right now. So I'm looking to see if they can do something with the 2D side of Metroid as well. We just don't need a Prime series, which is awesome that they're going back to it. But give us some more 2D action too. Love Metroid. Cannot wait to see what they do with Prime 4. The initial announcement video, like that trailer video they showed, gotta admit, a little bit underwhelming, but we'll see what the finished product looks like. I'm still looking forward to it. Cannot wait to see how the gameplay mixes up in that. Is it going to be this big open world? Like, how's it going to be? I can't wait to find out. Of course, we have to put Zelda on the list. We have Tears of the Kingdom sitting here. The Legend of Zelda with these souped up graphics. What could they do? I love the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom setting we have and the art style we had with Zelda in these games. It was awesome, incredible. But with the power of the next console, I could see them changing up the graphic style yet again. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. I'm sure they're going to stay with this big open world format. Maybe they'll do like a trilogy with this to kind of cap off the Tears of the Kingdom stuff. But it seems like they could go ahead and kind of reset it and do a little quick reset again with Zelda, give us a new graphical look, and really push this system to its limits. I think, man, Tears of the Kingdom wasn't too long ago, so I feel like a Zelda game, we're probably 2 or 3 years from even seeing a first something from it. I think this year is going to be the year for Metroid. That'll be the main first party game this year. Next year, we'll probably get our 3D Mario game, and then Zelda will probably come the year after that. Will be my guess, but we'll see what happens. But I cannot wait to see what a next-gen Zelda is going to look like on a Switch 2 with all the power behind it. It could be incredible, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. And since we talked about Mario, let's go ahead and get that out the way. Mario Odyssey, one of the greatest Mario games, 3D Mario games I've ever played in my life. It is just incredible. My son loves it. Like, everyone in my house loves it. We just love Mario in this home. And I don't know what they're going to be able to do. Like Mario already looked and played really well on the Switch. So I don't know where they could take the next Mario game. Like I said, I think that's something that's probably going to come next year on the console as the big first party hitter. But is it a Mario Odyssey 2? Like, where do you go from this huge kind of like unlimited star capturing type of game? I mean, there was just so much in this game to do. It's kind of hard seeing where they go. I could probably just see like another Mario Odyssey 2. But again, if they want to reinvent something, like again, I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, what they're going to create. And I could see them, you know how like in 3D World and everything they focused on some multiplayer. It'd be interesting to see if they incorporate something into their main line Mario game as far as multiplayer too, where it's co-op. So I could probably see that happening too on the next one. So it'd be like a co-op type of Mario Odyssey where you're going out and hunting down the stars and stuff together, or the moon pieces, and not just going for coins and getting to the end. So I could see something like that possibly being the next thing that Mario does. But I'm sure whatever it is, it's going to be creative, and I cannot wait to see what they do. Luigi's Mansion is also another huge thing in my home between me and my son. We played through this co-op. We tried to speed run it to get on the leaderboards together. We just love Luigi's Mansion. He loves Luigi's Mansion to death. He's always playing through and speed running every entry in the game. He loves going through them. So we are Luigi's Mansion collectors. I got an awesome standee that I got a couple years ago from the convention here in town, and that's been blessed in our home. I cannot wait to have a huge open like basement game area in our next home where I can have a dedicated Luigi's Mansion setup. But I cannot wait to see where they go with the next Luigi's Mansion. I mean, we've done houses and hotels. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe he's going to be wandering around in like an open world where he's exploring a whole street and you're going from house to house or something. I don't know. But we love Luigi's Mansion. Hope they stick with the co-op in it so me and my son can continue to do some co-op stuff in it. But I cannot wait for some more Luigi's Mansion. Now Kirby. Kirby Here in the Forgotten Land was a solid title when it came out. Again, Kirby games always tend to kind of lean on the easy side. So they're not like the main game I like to go to or my main attraction. The reason I put this on here, though, is because I played it with my youngest daughter at the time, and she was only like 5 or 6 years old when we played it. And she had a blast with it. She just had a great time. So this is more for her. She loved Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and I want to play some more games with her. So I'm looking forward to another Kirby game just so me and her can have some more co-op time together in some video games, because guys, Minecraft and Roblox are not it for me. So those are her games, and those are not my games. So I'm looking forward to more stuff we can play together. And Kirby, he's a classic franchise Nintendo staple whose games are just kind of always falling under the radar of all the other ones. Again, they make them pretty easy these days for younger kids to get through and stuff, which I don't blame them. That's like their main audience. But Kirby is still an awesome Nintendo character and has some solid games in it, so would not mind to see another new entry in that series. I think now we're getting on to the more, whoa, this ain't no niche title. Why did I pull out Xenoblade Chronicles 2? I meant to grab 3, but oh well. Xenoblade Chronicles. When it comes to JRPGs, guys, I don't know if I mentioned on this channel as much as my main channel, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Dragon Quest. It goes between those two. They're my top favorite JRPGs. Normally, whatever gets the newest entry is the one like I'm loving the most at that time. But they're pretty much tied, 1A and 1B. I love Xenoblade. So I cannot wait to see what Monolith Soft has up their sleeve again with the power behind the new Switch. You know, they kind of, the first Xenoblade Chronicles, as far as gameplay wise and stuff, is still probably my favorite out of the series. And they kind of changed up the graphic style when they went into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. And I think it was to accommodate for the limitations of the Switch and its power. Now, with this new Switch, I think we could get like a graphical change again to where it could really enhance it and make it look like the games look really good. But I'm just trying to picture, guys, huge open world, these giant monsters with updated visuals and graphics, no frame rate issues or slowing down issues, because those are an issue with some of these games. I know we got Xenoblade Chronicles X being ported over to the original Switch this year. I forget what the release date is for that game. If it's maybe after the release announcement. I know we're getting the video or the direct for the Switch 2 on April. Who knows? I have to look back up. I forget the release date for X. Awesome game in the series. I believe I've said it's like that's probably my favorite in the series. Um, but cannot wait to see what they're going to do with it on the Switch 2. Will they bring back scales? Like, will they be? They have all this room to do stuff in it now. So, do you kind of do a little quick reset of the story with the next Xenoblade thing? Because 3 and everything and the DLC kind of wraps things all up. So, what can you do? Just a nice little reset with the franchise. Cannot wait to see what Monolith Soft has in store for their next entry. Now, this is a game that's a series that's kind of went dormant now. I think the last entry was that, I forget the name of it, Revolution is more of an action game. But Valkyria Chronicles, nice turn-based strategy war game that I really enjoy the franchise and would like to see it come back. Would like to see a new entry into the series and see what they can do with it. Again, they always kind of kept the same art style and stuff, but I just don't think games like Valkyria Chronicles, they're not your big heavy hitter sellers. So I don't know if that's something that Sega or anyone's going to want to put the money into to bring back, because the development of games these days just costs so much money. And just to get your money back can seem really tough these days. And I don't know if the audience is that big for Valkyria Chronicles anymore these days, but I really like the franchise and I would like to see it make a comeback in some sort of fashion on the next Nintendo Switch console and see what they can do with it. Next up here, I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order sitting here. I love the Ultimate Alliance series. Again, I'm a big looter gamer, like action looter. And while this game doesn't have really loot, so to speak, I really love the RPG elements of it because it is like an isometric RPG where you're leveling up your characters and stuff and unlocking things and making your moves stronger. Like, I loved this entry into the series. So I'm looking forward to see if they can do something else, keep it going with the Marvel license these days and Marvel Rivals just blowing up like crazy and people really loving it. You can still make money off of Marvel. Although the movies have kind of fell off and the TV shows, the games can still be great if they put the time and effort into it. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4, I think, could be something that sells really well. And with the power of the Switch 2, you could probably go back to a more visually enhanced art style. Or, I mean, you can lean into the comic book style and really kind of keep it like that. But you could really push the boundaries of it, have some co-op action, multiplayer, big open worlds. Like, it could be awesome. So I hope they continue to do some Marvel Ultimate Alliance, bring it back. We need Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4. Then down to the last two here. Astral Chain. This is, I just want to use this as an example for those sleeper games. You know, those games that at first, like, you never, like, I wonder what Platinum Games is going to do. Like, those developers that could have something special tucked up their sleeve, just like this game. Definitely Platinum Games. I know they did Bayonetta stuff, was like some of the most recent, but unfortunately, I'm not a huge Bayonetta person. I played the first one, haven't played the second one yet, don't even own the third one. I know that's a big franchise for them, but it seems like they've kind of been on the downward trend lately. They had Scalebound that got canceled. They had Babylon's Fall, which just kind of tanked. So I'd like to see Platinum Games kind of be able to go back to their roots and give us something really creative and imaginative like they did with this game Astral Chain. And not just them as developers, but others. I mean, there could be those sleeper developers out there who just have these like great, I don't want to use the word hidden gem games, but it's the one that makes the most sense, that just come out of nowhere and blow our minds like, wow, what a creative idea and concept behind this game. I would not have thought of anything possible to be like that. So it'd be awesome to get more Astral Chain, like an Train, Astral Chain 2 on the system. I would love that. So Platinum, if you're hearing me, bring it to us, man. I'd love to see some more Astral Chain entries. And last but not least, I have the Castlevania collection here. It seems like, unless I'm having a brain fart, it's been forever once again since we've had a entry into the Castlevania franchise. It's just been sitting here with nothing going on with it. Nothing happened with it on the Switch except these little collections. I want to see a new Castlevania. That is right up there in my top 5 franchises as well, of games that I love and games I love to collect for. And we just haven't seen anything again except these compilations. We have the advanced, and this is stuff through like limited run. It wasn't even officially brought to us physically. So I want to see, I don't care if it's a 3D, 2D, bring back Castlevania. Make Castlevania great again, just like you're bringing back Metroid. You made that 2D Metroid and Metroid Dread, and it was phenomenal. You can bring back Castlevania even if it's in a 2D format, and you can make it great. It would be awesome. So Nintendo, you're due. You're up for it. You're up to the challenge. Nintendo Switch 2. I want to see a Castlevania game. So what do you guys think? What are the franchises and games you are looking forward to seeing on the next Nintendo console? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.